I am a woman, and I use the women's restroom. And I guarantee you, not one of you will stop me. And if you got a problem with it, use a different bathroom. That's all I'm gonna say. I am a woman, and I am allowed to use the women's restroom.
What did you say? What the did you just say?
I am a woman, and I use the women's restroom. And I guarantee you, not one of you will stop me.
You think you tough. You think you're tough, huh?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Now, we've seen that fella from the first clip a few times here on the channel before, and each time I show one of his TikToks, someone in the comments says, "Come on, Mike, that guy's obviously just a troll. How do you not know that?" We're living in the movie Idiocracy. I can't tell the difference between parody and reality anymore. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and very crazy clown world update for you guys today, and as usual, we have, well, very little time to waste. So let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So here we have a post from a group called Transgender Lesbians. Now, I'm not sure what this slightly husky individual's name is, but he posted these photos. The caption says, "First time posting, as I don't like my looks, I rarely take pics of myself." Okay.
I've got more chins than a Chinese phone book.
So this whole Carmelo Harris psyop is getting a little ridiculous. And they're doing these huge Zoom meetings, these Zoom calls with tens of thousands of people in them. They're calling them these weird names like white women for Harris, black women for Harris. There's one called gay men for Harris. And this one, well, this one's called white dudes for Harris. There's literally a hat up in the corner of the screen that says white dudes for Harris on it. And to my utter disappointment, the dude himself, Jeff Bridges, the Big Lebowski, has joined in on this white dudes for Harris Zoom call. Roll it.
I can't hear myself, but that's okay.
We can hear you.
Oh yeah, okay, great. Okay, good. So great to be here, Ross. I gotta laugh because I accepted the invitation. You know, I was brought to the party not so much as being white, and I certainly am, but because I'm a dude, you know. So a friend sent me this email today with your hat on there, and I said, "Oh, I gotta have one of those. I qualify, man. I'm white, I'm a dude, and I'm for Harris." So wonderful to be here, and I dug what you said, Maurice. That's really terrific. The fact that you're here, you're a black man here with us white guys. I had no idea that this whole thing that we're up to was based on what black women for Harris, right? And so it kind of morphed into white men, white dudes for Harris, and I'm excited, man. I think, the fact that Joe has passed the baton so beautifully, and Kamala is just so certainly our girl. I can see her being president. I'm so excited. A woman president, man. How exciting.
That's when I realized he was a fucking idiot.
Like I said, it's disappointing. I'm a huge fan of the Big Lebowski. Anyway, next up, so here we have a little clip from the Women for Harris Zoom meeting. This is Charlotte Clymer. Now, Charlotte is a biological man who identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a lesbian. Roll it.
Good evening, folks. My name is Charlotte Clymer. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a writer and activist, and I am so excited to be part of this historic gathering of women across the country. Now, look, I'm not going to repeat to y'all what the brilliant and eloquent women have stated before me. and nor do I have the eloquence and brilliance of the women who are going to speak over the remainder of the evening. I'm just going to tell y'all a quick story about why I proudly support Vice President Harris.
What did you say?
Good evening, folks. My name is Charlotte Clymer. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a writer and activist, and I am so excited to be part of this historic gathering of women.
Oh, dude, you're a dude! That's...
So the White Dudes for Harris Zoom meeting or Zoom call, whatever the hell it is, also included guys like Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, Star Wars actor Mark Hamill, anti-Second Amendment activist David Hogg, guys that are the exact opposite of toxic masculinity. Guys like this, roll it.
I woke up this morning with so much hope in my heart because I get to vote for Kamala Harris. And I've made it clear on this app that I don't believe the president has as much power as people give him credit for. Joe Biden is clearly an all right guy. He's clearly got a good heart. And he wasn't able to stop bombs from falling on Gaza. He wasn't able to stop Roe v. Wade from being overturned. I believe the problem is bigger than one person. But the reason I'm voting for Kamala Harris and why I'm so excited to is because of what it says about me and what it says about us as a people. We have the opportunity to prove to the world and to each other that we're not bigots, that we're not racist, sexist pigs. We have the opportunity to do that now.
Well, I guess I'm racist.
And besides that fella Charlotte we saw a few minutes ago, I'm guessing the rest of the Women for Harris Zoom meeting was insufferable white liberal women just like this. Roll it.
You're only voting for Kamala because she's not Trump. Yeah, I would rather vote for a moldy ham sandwich before I would vote for Donald Trump. I would vote for Joe Exotic before I'd vote for Donald Trump. I would vote for Miss Rachel before I'd vote for Donald Trump. I would vote for that puddle of nasty trash water that kind of builds up between the rails on the subway in New York before I would vote for Donald Trump. Because I believe that man is terrible for our country. I give not two shits if you think less of me for that. I don't care. If it takes funny memes and cunty edits on TikTok to elect Kamala Harris, so can be it. Team Coconut Tree, baby. Stay mad about it.
Shut up, bitch!
Like I said earlier in the video, this whole Chlamydia Harris for President psyop is getting ridiculous. Anyway, next up, so this lovely young lady gets pretty upset with the commenter who I'm guessing his name's Samantha. So let's go ahead and read it to see if we can figure out why. The comment says, okay, no hate, but why can't a white person do this? I have had box braids, dreads, and the Afro bubble ponytail. Nothing happened. Well, seems innocent enough. Oh, and by the way, this young lady is pro-segregation. Roll it.
This is probably one of the weirdest arguments that white people make on a regular basis. Because white people will just blatantly disrespect us when a black voice is literally telling you, like, hey, don't do this. And then you're just like, why? I do it all the time and nothing happened. Like, what do you mean nothing happened? Like, do you mean nobody beat your fucking ass? Like, do we need to assault you in order to give us basic human respect? Do you mean nobody put their hands on you? Do you mean nobody felt comfortable enough to say something to you? Because as a white person, you're a fucking threat. So us saying something to you in person is literally putting us at risk? Do you mean nobody put themselves in a position to where you can play a victim, act like a white woman, call the cops, and get us killed for it? Is that what you mean when you say nothing happened? White people are not only so used to being included everything, but also us literally accommodating for them. And y'all wonder why I say keep black spaces black. Like, why are white people so fucking entitled to shit that literally doesn't make sense for you. This is a traditional African hairstyle. It's made for kinky hair, which you do not have, Samantha. There is literally a white people version of this. I've seen it everywhere on the internet. I'm sure that you have too. But you don't fucking care. You want to do everything that we do because a black kid said that you can't. You think giving black people the power of having your respect is taking the power away from you. And that is a slave master mentality. You're sick in the head, friend. Go see a therapist.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Hey guys, real quick, you'll never guess who this is. Well, maybe if he had a Bud Light in his hand, it would make a little more sense. Yep, you guessed it, this is Dylan Mulvaney's new look. Now, apparently he's doing some kind of play or something, that's why he's dressed like a redneck, or who knows, maybe he'd just go back to where he started. Anyway, we don't have any sponsors for today's video. If you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you.
The hell are you supposed to be?
Alright, next up we have this throwback clip that I actually showed in a video several months ago, but I saw it making its rounds on the interwebs again and figured I would show it one more time for those of you that haven't seen it yet. Now this is a real doctor. Roll it.
All you Karens out there who have your panties in a bunch about the fact that doctors are starting to use the term pregnant person instead of pregnant women, I want you to listen up. Women are people. Non-binary people and trans men are also people. So this term includes everyone that was born with a uterus and could be pregnant. It has nothing to do with not being a feminist or protecting women's rights. We want to be inclusive to all people born with a uterus.
You're not a doctor. You're an idiot!
So this next clip is a perfect example of not judging a book by its cover. Because I guarantee what you think is going to come out of this woman's mouth is not what comes out of her mouth. Roll it.
Youngins, cover your ears because shit's about to get real. Don't scroll. This video is not going to go the way you think it's going to go. Anywho, so apparently they are trying to sweep shit under the rug like I was talking about in my last video. You know, the one that I posted 3 fucking times. And the 3rd time it's barely been seen by any damn body. If that one pissed y'all off, this one for sure is gonna piss off you lumps. First off, I'm really sick and tired of all of a sudden hearing girl power. Let's have a woman president. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I already know I am fucking not. For almost 4 years, y'all have tried, well, y'all haven't tried, y'all actually done it, to take everything from women and everything that it is to be a woman. Like the word mother and Mother's Day and sports, even tampon commercials. And let's not forget, even restrooms and locker rooms for women. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that? I fucking figured. What a shock. Well, it's different now. Don't backtrack now, twatopotamus. Take the consequences that y'all brought on your fucking selves. Second time. If Donald Trump gets elected, it's a threat to our democracy. Right. But your Democratic government, just putting somebody in the Democratic spot to race for the presidency without y'all choosing them is not okay. And not just that, it's somebody that y'all did not want back in 2020. But now all of a sudden, y'all are just like, okay, woo! Y'all are fucking dumb. Which your government knew. And that's how they were able to do this. Knowing y'all would just go with it. That's why they cannot stand those of us that think for our damn selves.
Wait a minute. That's the smartest thing I've ever heard anyone say about anything.
Alright guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip of Vice President Carmelo Harris actually bragging that she was able to use taxpayer funds to pay for men in prison to get transgender surgeries. This isn't the flex that she thinks it is. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
When I was Attorney General, I learned that the California Department of Corrections, which was a client of mine, I didn't get to choose my clients.
Right. A client of the Attorney General.
A client of the Attorney General, of the Office of Attorney General, that they were standing in the way of surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. And there was a specific case. And when I learned about the case, I worked behind the scenes to not only make sure that that transgender woman got the services she was deserving. So it wasn't only about that case. I made sure that they changed the policy in the state of California so that every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access to the medical care that they desired and need. And I believe it was not only, I know it was historic in California, but I believe actually it may have been one of the first, if not the first in the country, where I pushed for that policy in a Department of Corrections.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
And you ain't black.